What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be getting into my Week 13 college football predictions. Final 2 weeks, and then we got Champ Week. It's crazy that it's came to this, but let's get into it. Starting out with what I got right, what I got wrong from last week. I did get the TCU Baylor game in a heck of a game where TCU barely won that one to stay undefeated. That was a must-win game for them if they want to make the college football playoff and they stay alive in that race for another week. Need to just get 2 more wins. And then I did get the Kansas State game right over West Virginia. So Kansas State won that one, eliminated West Virginia from being bowl eligible. I did pick Montana State to beat Montana. Montana State crushed them. I did pick Iowa to beat Minnesota. So got that one right. Did pick Boise State to beat Wyoming. Wyoming nearly pulled off an upset, but Boise State got the win. Did pick the Rebels to beat Arkansas in that game. Got that one wrong. Arkansas pulled off a big upset right there. And they wouldn't be bowl eligible unless they got the win because they lost to Missouri today, so that was rough. Did pick the Sooners to beat Oklahoma State in an upset, a crazy upset. Very disappointing loss for Oklahoma State right there. Did pick the Trojans to beat UCLA. Just barely. They got an interception to finish off that game. So a crazy game right there. Did pick Oregon to beat Utah. Also, Oregon's defense got an interception to seal that game over the Utes. And that game was canceled. So I only got one game wrong. I went 8-1. A very impressive week for me. I'm 77-39 on the year right now, which is I'm one win away from doubling my record. So if I can win this game or at least a few of these 10 a.m. games, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, but my goal at least is to double my win to loss ratio by the end of the year. We'll see if we can get it done this week. Starting out with the Michigan-Ohio State game, a huge game. Wow, this is big. Whoever wins this game will likely clinch a college football playoff spot, even if they lose in the next game. Wow, this is big. Ohio State's been a little bit shaky this year. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been more impressed with Michigan. This one is being played in Ohio, so that gives Ohio State the advantage. But guys, I feel a upset brewing here. I'm going to go with the number 3 team in the country. Harbaugh has turned around this Michigan program the past couple years. I think that they're going to be able to get a big win and beat Ohio State and C.J. Stroud. So Ohio State, I think, gets a big loss for their playoff picture race. I don't think they're going to make it because of that. Going down here, we have South Carolina traveling to Clemson to take on the Tigers. South Carolina was the team that beat Tennessee in that last game. Can they upset Clemson here? Also, Clemson not been very impressive. Another upset's brewing. Rattler played very good in the last game. South Carolina is catching their stride. I do think Clemson can win this one, though. They are the better team, and they're the number 8 team in the country for a reason. I do think Clemson wins that one. Let's go down here. We have Coastal Carolina traveling to James Madison to take on the Dukes. Don't know a lot about either of these teams. I'm going to take Coastal Carolina, though. They're just the better team, appears, to get the win. Let's go down here. Another one of these other games here. We got Florida Atlantic hosting Western Kentucky. Another one of these games where I have no idea, but Western Kentucky looks like the better team, so I'm going to take them in that one. We have a rivalry matchup here. Number 9, Oregon travels in-state, but goes to Oregon State to take on the Beavers. Big game. Oregon got the big win last week over Utah. Can they beat Oregon State? Oregon's looked very impressive ever since that week 1 loss. I know they lost to Washington in that mix there, but they've been good. I don't think Oregon State's going to be enough. Oregon State has. I'll give my hats off to Oregon State, though. They have turned around this program. The past couple years really hasn't been a good program. For the past 20 years ever since this win. So Congratulations to Oregon State. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I think Oregon's the better team in that one. Let's go down here. We have Minnesota taking on Wisconsin in this one. A big game here between the Badgers and Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota on the road here in this game. I just really don't trust the Wisconsin Badgers this season. They're just not a very good team. I think Minnesota can pull off the win. All right, let's go down here. Here we go. Wake Forest travels to Duke to take on the Blue Devils. Interesting game here. Duke, can they get to 8-4? That would be a pretty big season for them. I don't think so. I think Wake Forest is the better team. I think they can pull off the win. And then down here, we have a big game between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish going to USC to take on the Trojans. The Trojans are trying to make the college football playoff here. They just got to beat Notre Dame. And then win in the Pac-12 championship as well. I think that would be enough for them to make it. Notre Dame's a good team, though. Ever since that 0-2 start, they have really flipped the script here. They beat Clemson a few weeks ago. Can this be a win for Notre Dame after, a lot of people would say, a very frustrating start to the season, very disappointing? Upsets brewing here. USC's being played at home, though. I think that's going to be enough, though. I'm going to take USC in this one, but I could very much see an upset happening. All right, here we go. We have Air Force taking on San Diego State in this game. Air Force has had a good season as well as San Diego State. This game's being played in San Diego State. I think that's going to be enough. Air Force will lose this one. I think Air Force has been a good team over the past couple years, but I got San Diego State. I don't think they're going to win that one. So now we have a rivalry game here. Washington Huskies taking on the Washington State Cougars. The Cougars have been an underrated team this season. They've played pretty well and competed in a lot of games against some good teams in the Pac-12. And on a rivalry game, I think they're going to come out to play against Washington. I just don't think it's going to be enough, though. The Huskies have been an impressive team this season, I think, and getting back to their roots this year. I do think that Washington will win this game, but I won't be surprised with an upset. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the content. Comment down below your college football predictions for this week. And anyway, peace.